Welcome to Concussion Talk Podcast. I'm Nick Mercer. These are days 63 and 64 of my big trip across Canada. Day 63. Deer Lake to Badger, 177.6 kilometers. Biking time, 6 hours and 23 minutes. 7,484 kilometers total. Our longest day so far in Newfoundland, but not a bad ride. It wasn't entirely flat, but there were fewer hills and they weren't steep. We left Deer Lake around 10 a.m. and biked 50 kilometers straight to a restaurant near the 420 junction, figuring it to be the last place we'd seen in a while. Good call by us. Not much happened today, but we did get a tailwind, so that was nice. We ate dinner at a stop in Southbrook, and then did 50 kilometers to this place. This is our third last night in the tent. I'm getting more excited every day about making it to St. John's. Looking back 10 years later. Kids and points showcasing my near boredom with the distance. My excitement was reserved for the final stop. Day 64. Badger to Gambo, 173.47 kilometers. Biking time, 5 hours and 38 minutes. 7,658 kilometers total. Today's ride was about the same length as yesterday's, but we finished it much faster. The wind was at our backs at least all the way to Gander, which made for a very enjoyable day. That and we got to the campground before 6 p.m., so we relaxed at camp as opposed to our usually more hurried pace. This morning we had a flat ride to Grand Falls and had to ride a short distance to Bishop's Falls, where we could get a cheap breakfast and still stay on the highway. After breakfast, we bought cheap, pre-packaged, vacuum-sealed sandwiches for lunch. They were crap. We got to Gander in mid-afternoon and looked for the subway. I thought I knew where it was because that's where we went when we were there for high school basketball. I must have turned my head away at the wrong time because we first rode past it, but we found it, got our subs, took our time eating, and took our time covering our last 30 kilometers to this campground. According to the last road sign I saw, tomorrow could be less than 160 kilometers, which would be shorter than expected. From there it would only be 140 kilometers to St. John's. It's getting close now. Looking back 10 years later. Not much happened on this day, but we made a mockery of the ride. We actually intentionally slowed down so we wouldn't make Gander too early in the day. Thank you so much for listening. Please check out my website, www.concussiontalk.com. You can check out my blog and my other podcasts, Concussion Talk Podcast and Phoenix Concussion Recovery Podcast. Thanks again. As always, music at the beginning of this show is by Ben Sound, www.bensound.com.